All right, Billy. We're back. We're talking about the playoffs. Right now, they got Ohio State, LSU, Clemson, Georgia. If Georgia beats LSU, can we really have two SEC teams in the playoffs?
I don't think they'll let it happen, man. Because
how would they not let it happen?
Well, because if LSU loses to Georgia,
that's only one loss.
It doesn't matter.
You think they're out?
Whoever, they want that to happen, Bobby. They want that to happen because now you don't have two SEC schools in it. Because whoever's sitting at number 5 will jump to number 4. It happens every year. Every
Utah
year.
was 5, ain't
and
it?
They would jump to number 4. And you know, LSU or Georgia, whichever, either one of those teams that do make it in that situation, their fans gonna travel.
So do you like the idea that the better team, if Georgia beats LSU, would be left out of the playoffs? Because LSU, I think, is a better team. Now, let me tell you something. Let me back up. I got a lot of Georgia fans watching me. I said I was taking Georgia if I put money on that game in the SEC championship game at your house this morning.
Mm-hmm.
Because here's why. The two strengths is LSU's offense against Georgia's defense. I think that's going to be a wash. What we need to look at is Georgia's offense against LSU's defense. And LSU's defense growed up last night. I don't know if that's the competition, if Texas A&M is just that bad, but Georgia's better than Texas A&M.
Yeah, most definitely. They are. Georgia a lot better than A&M's defense. I mean, our offense as well. I mean, I still think that LSU is right now is one of the most dominant teams in the country right now. They're a scary team, but they most definitely don't want to have a big letdown next week, you know, against Georgia, because Georgia, they're going to fight. You know, they've been fighting every season. You know, they have had opportunities to get there, but they just can't get over the hump, and now they finally don't have their kryptonite in there, which is Alabama. Yeah. And let's see, they maybe be able to get over the hump with LSU. They may not look at LSU as a very dominant team like Alabama was. You know, so I really think that if LSU loses that game, they will end up at number 5. I really do.
I just don't see that, man.
Well, I mean, it's not fair to whoever's at number 5 right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. And it's not fair to the fact that LSU or Georgia, you know, let's say if Georgia was undefeated in the same situation, it's not fair to anybody if they didn't win their conference. I'm sorry. You do not deserve to be in the big game if you don't win your conference.
But Alabama did.
They do it all the time, and I don't like it. I mean, I love the old school way, the way it used to be, where, you know, if you're in the top 25, and let's say you're the number 1 team in the country, and you get beat by the team that's receiving votes that's up under the top 25. I miss the fact that if you lost, they jump into the poll, and guess what you're doing? You're receiving votes.
All right, if you were to say who's the best team in the country right now, who is it?
I'm gonna say it's a tie, man. LSU and Ohio State, these two teams are playing great ball, man. I mean, I don't see any cracks in neither one of those two teams. You know, the edge, personally, I'm gonna say it goes to LSU because they're a little bit more balanced. They're running the ball well. That's also now Ohio State. They're running it, but with the quarterback, he's doing some amazing things with his legs. And then the Heisman Trophy winner, I think, is going to be LSU's quarterback.
Yeah.
The quarterback that a lot of people gave a lot of smack. They was talking about him like they were doing our quarterback last year. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
And, of course, I was another one that protected him, too, and said, man, this kid is good.
Well, we had Mr. Duga on, the LSU YouTuber, and he thought that LSU was going to be about an 8-win team. We got to get him back on the show.
Most definitely.
You know he's happy.
Oh, he's super excited right now, man. We got to get him back on here because he
Jambalaya Joe. Is that what they call him?
Yes. I can't wait to talk to him though, man, because I know he's super excited, and there's another team that everybody's being really quiet about right now, man. Everybody keep forgetting about Clemson.
Yeah.
I mean,
don't forget about Clemson.
Everybody keeps saying that Clemson has a soft schedule or they're not playing anybody. Well, Clemson don't set their schedule. Their players don't set the schedule. Their coaches don't set the schedule. The money is what set the schedule.
If I had to pick a crystal ball and I had to put money on it, the way it's lined out, because one plays 4, so that means Ohio State will play Georgia. I think Ohio State wins that game. Then you got LSU playing Clemson. I think Clemson could beat LSU.
They can. I mean, that would be a game, man. Clemson has a defensive line that can get to the quarterback.
That's exactly what I said. They got a defensive line. We could have Ohio State versus Clemson and no SEC team in the championship game. Man.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Everybody in the country except for SEC fans would love that.
Yeah. Well, I think we're going to see somebody's going to shock the world. And I really don't think they'll let both teams go in there like that, Bob. I really don't.
I think there's a chance. It depends on how the game goes down.
Wow.
But let's talk about the game. The SEC Championship, LSU, Georgia. You said this morning on the couch, I was sitting on the couch, you was in that big old recliner, and you said it's going to be rigged if it wasn't a point spread of LSU of a touchdown or more. Do you think that the spread would be that much?
It should be. I mean, LSU is dominating, man. I mean, you got to think of what Georgia has done all season. Georgia hadn't really, they haven't peaked yet. They didn't peak all season. They didn't do anything that dominated like we're seeing to Georgia, where they was running the ball, anything like that. And plus, I mean, I don't know if Swift is going to be available because he got injured.
Yeah, that's right.
That's a huge part of the offense.
Put in the comments, all you Georgia fans that watch me.
I really think that,
what happened with Swift?
If Swift is out, and if that spread is only 6 points, come on.
Yeah, they can't win without Swift. Period. I'm sorry, Georgia fans. I don't think you can even be on the same field without Swift. And that's another thing. Georgia's running game, it's kind of like ours. It disappeared, not like ours disappeared. We didn't have a running game. But I thought Georgia's running game was going to be a lot better.
Yep, they did exactly. That's how Georgia winning ball game. That's the way they've always been all year, every year.
I got Georgia fans that want to run that offensive coordinator out of town. They're not real happy. I believe they'd take Jim Chaney back, but guess what? You can't have him. Well, anyway, we're going to get out of here. Anything else around the SEC?
No, man.
Is Orgeron the coach of the year?
Oh, yes, most definitely, man. Most definitely, man. I mean, he's done some things that no one thought he was doing. Even the fans, even the LSU fans didn't think that, And if they did, they're lying.
I love his post. I love his interviews, man. Wow. He's like the last of the Mohicans, the last of the old school, punchy in the mouth football coaches.
School. And he's perfect for them, man. That Cajun man is down there in the bayou, man, and it's like he's at home.
Mm-hmm.
He's at home.
Yep. All right, we're going to get out of here, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you all throughout the week. We're going to be talking about this SEC championship game. And put your prediction in the comments section. Billy, I don't know if I want to make a prediction, but without Swift, Georgia ain't going to be within 2 touchdowns. I promise you that.
Whew, that's a tough one.